Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to open up and disassemble this Lenovo ThinkPad L450. Alright, so this has a noisy fan, the customer said. Sometimes it'll be fine, and then other times it'll be noisy. So we're going to just open this up and then see if we can fix the fan. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we're going to slide this over to the unlock position over to the left. Same with this one. Alright, so pull those two out. It looks like you have to hold them out while you're pulling the battery out. So we'll start with one side and then pull the battery a little. As you can see, it comes out. Then we'll pull this side and then go again, and then if we can, pull the whole battery out. There we go. This laptop is pretty old and it looks like it's been worked on before. I don't know if there's a battery model number here or anything. I do see 60-80 milliamp hours here. I don't see an actual. There's this number here that might act as a part number, but you can probably just search L450 battery on like Amazon or something. If you need me to find you a link, just let me know and I can send you an Amazon affiliate link. There's also part numbers here. Alright, there's the ASM part number and then the FRU part number. Sometimes you can search those and find the part as well. Alright, we're going to set that aside. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to undo all these screws. These are JAS1 screws. Okay, I think the screws actually stay in place here. They're not going to like come out from the case. It looks like the person actually broke the casing here. Alright, so this one screw I probably shouldn't actually remove because it's probably going to fall out now, but let's go ahead and continue removing the other screws. Alright, if this video helps you out, please make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helps you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. If you're wondering, on the bottom here, they have these little pictures of keyboards with a water droplet. What that is a keyboard drainage hole. So if you spill liquid into your keyboard, you actually don't want to flip your computer upside down because that could cause the water to go back out of the drainage hole and into the computer. Looks like this screw came out, so we're going to set that aside. They're not supposed to come out. They're supposed to be held into the casing. But that screw did come out. Okay, so as you can see, I don't know why, but these front screws are coming out. Okay, anyways, next thing we got to do, we got to pop the cover off. So I'm going to get in here with my fingernails, alright, in that gap there. And then I'm going to push with my thumb here. And you can see we can pop the cover out just like that. Okay. Me. Pops up pretty easily. We're gonna have to go around these sides as well. Okay, it looks like for some reason this side is stuck. Did I not get this screw out or something? Huh. It's out, so I'm not sure what's holding it. Maybe there's some clips on this side that are stronger. So we're gonna go this way and yep. Okay, so you gotta go right where the headphone jack is on the side and pop that up. Okay, we're gonna work our way over here and pop those, and it looks like it's coming out now. So I don't know if this computer's been opened before and if they broke any clips, but you can see after wiggling it and lifting it, it came out now. Alright, as you can see, this one screw, it just came out because the plastic here that's supposed to hold it is broken off. So yeah, if yours is like that, I mean if yours shouldn't be popping out like that, so keep that in mind. Also, you can see the little washer that's in the screw that helps hold it into the case. Alright, so let me flip this over and here you can see, alright, there's the little washers that help hold these screws in place. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside. Alright, so they said the fan is making some noise here. It seems to spin normally, and I don't actually, no, okay, it is a little bit bad. I can see it kind of gets stuck a little bit. And most likely when they run the fan, it makes like a sound kind of thing. So this one looks like probably the easiest way is to redo the thermal paste and not have to pull the entire motherboard out. Okay, you got a 2.5-inch SATA hard drive here. It looks like they put an SSD here. The drive, you can actually lift this up slightly depending how they have it. There might be a bracket here actually. You can see there's a little hole. Usually there's going to be a bracket that holds it to this. I think they actually use some double-sided tape or something to hold this into place, so I'm not going to pull it out. But normally you would get this screw out, you can pull it up slightly, and then you can slide it back. Alright, 2 slots for RAM here. Okay, so This is PC3L 12800S. You pull the two tabs to the side like that, it pops up, and then you can pull it out. But we're just gonna put it back together, okay? So, is there a fly in here? What's going on? I hear some flies buzzing around. All right, anyways, get that in and then click that back down. There we go. All right, again, there's two slots. You got the BIOS CMOS RTC real-time clock battery here with a connector here that you kind of just grab and you kind of wiggle to pull it out. All right, speaker connector here, same thing. Grab that, wiggle, pull it out. There's the one speaker here, and then the other one has a wire going all the way along to here. Okay, what else do we got? There's this little metal tray here. I don't see anything in there, but yeah, I don't know. We're just repairing the fan, so I don't want to pull out too much stuff here. There's a connector here. There's another connector here that says JFP, so this is probably for a fingerprint sensor. There's another little connector here that says JSC1, which is probably for this smart card reader, so I guess they're not using one. This one says JCP1, which I'm not sure what that is. And then you have another circuit board here that's connected underneath. Usually these you can kind of, after you remove the screws, you can kind of pull it up and it'll pop apart. But again, I don't want to mess with it. You got the LCD LVDS connector here, the gold one underneath, has a little flip latch. You flip that and then you can pull that back. If you're going to mess with that, after removing the battery, open the laptop, press and hold the power button for at least 15 seconds, and then you can safely remove that connector. You got the DC jack charge port connector here going along, and then it goes underneath the hinge here to the charge port. You can undo the screws and then flip this hinge up if you need to replace that. Okay. And we're just going to be removing the fan, so let's go ahead and actually disconnect that connector. I'm just going to use my fingernails at the wings of the connector and kind of just wiggle to pull, and there you go, pops out pretty easily. Okay, we'll slide that connector underneath there. We'll also unroute these connectors from the fan here. Okay, it looks like they kind of trade places, so make sure to unroute the entire thing. We're unrouting the DC jack charge port connector here from the fan. Okay, and then we got the other connector for the LCD LVDS connector there as well. And actually, is the fan not held in place? You can see the fan's kind of wiggling here. I don't know if it's even, is it attached to the heatsink? Oh, okay. I think there's supposed to be screws that go in from underneath the fan to get to separate it. So we are going to undo the heatsink here. There's 4 screws. And then I guess we'll redo the thermal paste, okay? I was trying to avoid having to redo the thermal paste because, yeah, well, I guess if their fan was acting up, it's a good idea to redo the paste. Oh, that's actually pretty bad the way they did the paste here. Okay, and here you can see the fan. Oh, it doesn't have screws. It has melted plastic, but the plastic seems to be kind of broken on a lot of it. So we are going to have to like cut the plastic off from here, and then we're going to see if we can fix the fan. It looks like this is actually an aftermarket fan, or the fan was, they tried to fix it because you can see they tried to melt the plastic over it, and then that's why it's having some problems, it seems. All right, so we're going to have to redo the grease or thermal paste on here. I'm going to set the computer aside for now. Give me a second, I need to check some messages real quick. Okay. All right. Next, we're going to get a razor blade, and we're going to cut the raised plastic stuff here. Okay. Normally, if it's brand new, we'd also have to cut these plastic pieces because this is what's holding it together. Okay. So the plastic is kind of coming out, and then it's kind of like flowing over the copper. So we need to cut this plastic off. They actually melted more of it to make it even more difficult to get out. But we're going to go ahead and cut this excess plastic here. Okay, this one you can see how much they melted it here. Alright, and this one. Okay, so your fan, you'll have to check how the tabs are kind of raised over the copper part and see what you need to cut off. But here I can kind of see where the plastic is raised too high, and then there's also this here. So I guess someone tried to repair this before. The customer said they're from India, so they probably brought it to a technician over there, and they tried to probably open up and clean the fan, maybe tried to repair it. Maybe they saw some of my videos before and tried to do that. But there we go, we got this out. Okay, we're gonna now clean out the dust here. I just use a toothbrush here. It's best to kind of do this over a trash can so you don't end up with the dust all over everywhere, but just do that. Okay. All right, I'm gonna clean this off out over a trash can, so let me do that and I'll be back because I don't want that dust all over here. All right, I'm back. So cleaned it up and I heard the sound. So if I blow this, I can actually feel the fan like vibrating. Oh, the sound doesn't come out, but I can definitely feel like the fan gets kind of caught in the thing and starts vibrating. So hopefully we can pop the propellers off and then add grease. If not, the only way to fix this would be to basically get a new fan. I'm assuming they probably peeled this up and checked underneath already because it did look like it was slightly peeled up. So let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, there's a metal thing back there, so we can't really do anything that. So let's go ahead and try and pop this off. So the safest way is if you look in here in the center, you can see the outer ring where the propeller fins attach, and that kind of gives it the most sturdy or stable place to push. So we're going to push on that outer ring. Be careful not to push on the circuit board in the middle. We're just pushing on the plastic outer ring part, okay? And you want to try and go evenly on both the left and right, side to side, and push, and oh, I think it came off. Yep. So there we go. We got the fan propellers out. Basically what we're going to do, we're going to now clean all the dust in here. You can see there's quite a bit of dust. Clean the dust around here, and then we're going to add some grease into here, put the propellers back on, spin it around a bit, clean it up, do it again a few times, and then make sure the fan spins smoothly. If the fan spins smoothly, we can go ahead and put this thing back with the heat sink, and then we'll just attach it with tape. You don't need to have melted plastic in there or anything. All right, so let me clean the dust real quick and I'll be back. All right, so I'm back. You can see a lot cleaner in here, and also clean that up. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some oil in here. Actually just use some motor oil. Usually any oil that kind of is made for moving parts will be good. I've had some people tell me like, why am I using that? Use like lithium grease or something else, or I don't know, something designed for non-moving parts. I don't know, I guess you can use like some graphite powder or something. I don't know. But make sure it's designed something for moving parts. I haven't had any issues with this. Some people said that it should be in like a sealed system, this kind of oil, but I don't know, I've never had any issues with it, so that's what I've been using. And yeah, we're just gonna get some oil in there. Okay, get the oil in there. Accidentally got a little bit outside, so we are gonna kind of clean that up a little bit. Just get a small piece of paper towel, and I'm just going to clean that outside. I don't want the oil sticking out there. Okay, then we're going to get this on. Okay, and spin it around. Okay, it's not clicked into place, so I'm going to click it down. Okay, you heard it click, and then we're going to spin it. And I can already tell the motion is a lot better. You can see it spins a lot longer. And it doesn't have that like rumbly feel to it anymore. Anyways, we're gonna pop this out again. It's usually a good idea to do this a couple times to clean out the old grease. So usually with this design, it's kind of a little bit trickier because of the way the shaft is here. You can see it has like that little notch in it, which helps it like stick into place. But that can be kind of an issue sometimes. If you're not careful, you can actually break the fan piece. So be very careful when working on this. Okay, you can see as I clean this, you can see how that grease is like dark, not like light yellow like around it. So that means it's getting like some old grease and like gunk out from the fan. So we're just going to get more oil in there. And we're going to repeat the process at least 2 more times. So this once, 1 more time, and then we might do it a second time. So let's go ahead and get this back in there. Okay, and we'll spin it around again. All right. The way you know the fan is good is you see that wobble at the end? You see how the fan can wobble like that? That means the lubrication is really good. Usually if it's like not well lubricated, then it will just stop instead of being able to rotate backwards. Okay, so we're gonna clean this side. Let's see if it has like more dark colored gunk. If it's just yellow, then we should be good. Okay, you can see there's a little bit of dark colored gunk in there. So let's do this again. We'll do it one more time and see what it looks like. And then probably it should be good after that. Okay, get the oil in there again. Okay. Go. Click that in. Spin it. You can already see it's spinning a lot better. Look how much it wobbles now. So much better. All right, we're gonna pop it out one more time, I think, and then I think we should be good. So again, pop this out. Okay. And if you can't pop this out, then you're probably just gonna have to replace your fan, so keep that in mind. All right, we got this clean side. Let's go ahead and wipe it again and see what we got. Okay, so here you can see now it's just clean yellow. So that's what we're looking for. Okay, depending what kind of grease you have, yours might not be yellow, it might even be clear. But this is what we're using. Okay, I'm using a synthetic motor oil, and I'm using this because I kind of just had it lying around since I don't have my old car anymore. Okay, if you don't have oil and you need some, you can actually pull the dipstick from your car. That's the thing that lets you check the level of the oil. And then you can just pull that little drop of oil and drop it in here. You can pull like a small drop of it. This kind of thing doesn't really need super pure clean oil. It should work okay even if you're using like some oil that's from the dipstick. All right, we're gonna pop that in, and you can see it spins so much better now. Okay, should be good to go. Now we just gotta reassemble the fan and redo the thermal paste. When we redo the thermal paste, we do need to clean off the old stuff really well. Okay, so I'm going to get an old paper towel here. We'll move that aside. We're going to just wipe this old thermal paste off. You can see how gross that is. Okay, and I'm going to wipe around the edges. I'm actually using my fingernail at the little edge there to help clean that. Okay, all right, just like this. Okay, we're going to use some isopropyl rubbing alcohol later, but for now, just clean it off like that. Okay, now let's go ahead and get the motherboard up here. Okay, and we're going to clean that off as well. There's so much gunk on there. Whoa, that's so gross. Okay, and we're going to clean all of this off. I don't know what kind of paste they use here, but I've never seen one that acts like that. It's pretty weird. All right, anyways, we'll continue cleaning this up. Just like this, clean it off. Okay, there we go. Pretty good. Now we're just gonna fold this over, and then we're gonna go ahead and use some isopropyl rubbing alcohol. I'm using 91%. We're gonna just get it on the paper towel like this. Okay. Now that we got that, we're going to go ahead and wipe this up. And then use the dry side to dry it off. Alright, if you have an air blower, you can use that to kind of clean off any lint. Alright, and now you can see it's super clean and super reflective. Okay. Now for the heat sink, we're going to do the same. I have the rubbing alcohol on the paper towel. I'm going to clean that. Alright, whoa, look how gross that is. Let's actually flip this over to a cleaner spot, and then we'll wipe it up a little bit more. Okay. Oh, that stuff is kind of... I'm going to add some more isopropyl rubbing alcohol to a cleaner spot again. Okay, we'll wipe it one more time. Alright, that's a bit better now, so I think we should be good. Use the dry side, dry it off. Okay, there we go. We'll set that aside. We'll put this here, and now we got to reapply some thermal paste. Okay, give me a second. I need to respond to some messages real quick. Okay. All right. Okay. There's actually some stuff still on there. Let's see if we can clean that off. Okay. So it might be some scratches in the die. Okay. So let's see if we can blow the dust out. Okay. So that's about as good as we're gonna get. We're gonna put, you don't really need too much on here, but this die is pretty long, so we are gonna run it across like this. Okay, this one doesn't need too much. Actually, this is already too much, but a little bit, about the amount, like the size of a grain of rice. And then we're just gonna kind of make it mound like across a line here, just like that. Okay, so got that. All right, and then we got this one as well. This one actually needs a thicker layer, so we're gonna put like that. Also about the amount of a grain of rice, but because it needs a thicker layer, we kind of just put it further. Okay, and then when you put the heatsink on, it's actually going to spread it out. There's actually a specific order that you need to screw in the screws. But yeah, I didn't see this laptop before it was opened and worked on before. In some cases, they don't even put thermal paste on this side, so I don't know. But yeah, all right. We do need to clean off some dust from the fan area here, so I'm gonna zoom out here. We're gonna clean the dust off there. Okay, and I'm gonna just blow that dust away. All right, we are going to reattach the fan to the heatsink first, okay? Because once we get that on, we're not gonna be able to put the fan. So we gotta line this up. Okay, normally you would have those raised plastic bits here, okay? You can see the little circles that help align it. And if you pinch it, it kind of actually holds itself into place, as you can see. Okay, so I'm gonna get some tape and just wrap it around, all around here, and then we can go ahead and reinstall the heatsink and everything, okay? So I just used some normal packaging tape and some scissors. Give me a second, I got some more messages I gotta respond to. All right, so I'm back. Let's go ahead and tape this thing together. So you don't really need too much tape. We're just gonna peel this up. Okay, and then we're just gonna get like this. All right, and then we're gonna use this and we're just gonna cut little strips out. So just like this. And then what you do with this, hold this up. We're gonna wrap one side over here, okay? Like that. It's best to wrap it over on both sides, on both edges, just like that, top and bottom. And then that will hold it in place, okay? And we're just gonna do this all around. You don't need tape to be completely surrounding the entire thing. Usually if you just have it where these little old bumps were, that should be good enough. So we're gonna put some tape there. Wrap it over and wrap it over there, just like that, okay? And we're gonna do that all around here, okay? If you need longer strips, you can make longer pieces of tape. This one I kind of made it a little bit short, but there we go. Tape that there, and wrap that over, and wrap that over. All right, and you can see again, they just melted plastic over the edges. Normally it just had these little circle dots and then like these rectangular ones there. Okay, so they melted new ones into the plastic housing actually. Okay. Wrap that over. Good. Alright, and we're just going to continue doing this all around. Okay. I think a bug got stuck in my light. Okay. Just about done here. We've got 2 more pieces that we can do. Put the scissors aside. Alright, let's see here. This one I put a little bit further because it can't wrap all the way over. Alright, and then this one as well. Okay. Yeah, just like that. Alright, so there we go. We got the fan all reassembled, and if you try and pop it out, you can see it holds together. Okay, so let's grab the laptop again. We have this, alright, and this thing usually is numbered. Yep, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So just follow along how I do it and you should be good. So we're gonna go ahead and just put this fan into here, try and get the cables out of the way. If you want, you can actually go ahead and route them in, but yeah, it might be a little tricky when it's moving around. So get that there. There. Okay. And we gotta get the fan connector underneath there. Push it through. Okay. We also have this connector for the LCD LVDS. Make sure that goes in as well. Sorry if I'm going out of view. It's hard for me to pay attention to what I'm recording at the same time as while I'm doing this. But there we go. Okay. Alright, so we're going to slowly, carefully lower this down and then make sure the screws are lining up. Usually what I do is when it's here, I twist it backwards. You hear that click? Alright, and then I'll go 1, 2, 3. Go to the second one, same thing. Twist it backwards until you hear that click. Is it not lined up? There we go. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Then we'll go to the third one. Click. 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth one. Click. 1, 2, 3. All right, back to the first one. 1, 2, 3. Looks like it tightens down all the way, so we'll just tighten it down all the way. Next one, tighten that down all the way. Then tighten this down all the way. And tighten the last one down all the way. Okay, make sure to plug the fan back in. Make sure that you plug it in the right way with the exposed pins face up. You don't want to do the side with the solid plastic. Okay, so we'll do that. Get that in. Right. Get that lined up, and then it helps to kind of pinch both pieces together, just like this. Make sure it's lined up. Okay, looks good. All right, and that should be pretty much it. We just got to put the thing back together now. Okay. All right, so let me line this back up. Okay, grab the bottom cover. Oh, there's a lot of broken plastic bits and stuff on this cover. All right, anyways, we'll get this back lined up. Click that all back into place. Okay, And then we'll just get the screws back in. So twist it backwards, and then you'll feel it click, and then go ahead and tighten it back into place. Alright, and that's pretty much all there is to it. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. Is this lined up right? The screw feels like it doesn't want to go in. But yeah, hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, please make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. If you can't do that, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos, because that will tell YouTube that you are interested in my content. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. Let's actually get all these screws back in. I don't know if, oh, this one is missing the screw mount. That's why the screw wasn't there. So I guess whoever worked on it or upgraded it before with that SSD broke that or lost it. Okay, anyways, we'll get the other screw in this corner into place. Right, this one's also holding the hinge in place, so even though it's not attached to the plastic, it's important to put that. Alright, then we got the battery. We're just going to slide that back into place. Just like that. It is a little dusty here, but I don't know if we can really get that out. It's kind of just on a little film grate thing. It looks like some of it came out. Okay, yeah, all of it won't come out. But anyways, flip this back over and we'll just make sure it turns on and we should be good to go. I do see the power light is on and there we go. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Again, hopefully this video helped you guys out. Thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next one. Let's drop this. Bye.